Can you hear that? They were talking since I arrived here. They seem arguing about something. Hello, beautiful souls. It's time for Disclosure Day, June 12, 2026. Unfortunately, the theaters in my country have delayed, or maybe even canceled, the film. But there is always a reason. I believe they are afraid. When truth begins to surface, it affects both the dark and the light sides. And in this case, I think it makes the dark side afraid. The moment they stopped opening bookings for June 12 here, it only strengthened that feeling for me. Since I may not been able to go to the theater that day, I wanted to spend some time talking with you about it before that special moment arrives. Many of you may have already watched the final trailer. Maybe, just like me, something deep inside you recognized it when you saw it. You feel just like, I knew it. That's exactly how I felt. I truly believe Steven Spielberg was meant to make this movie. I feel this project has been part of his mission throughout his entire career, and that this film may become the most important and outstanding work of his life. Back to the trailer. There was one scene in particular, a giant spaceship appearing in the sky, that immediately brought back a memory from my childhood. I wasn't planning to share this story, but after seeing that scene, I knew it was time. I've told you before that when I was very young, I saw a giant ship above my house in my hometown. At that time, there was no internet, no smartphones, and we didn't even have television in our home. I was only about 5 or 6 years old because I didn't have homework to do. And like every normal summer evening, my parents prepare a place outside the house so we could spend time together. No television, no phones, no internet, just peace. Honestly, my childhood was one of the happiest periods of my life. I love it. I love running freely from my parents' house through the fields, under the big trees, around the lake, and playing with my friends in nature. It's difficult to fully describe that feeling with words. That night was one of my favorite nights with my parents and my older sister. My sister had to finish her homework before coming outside to join us. As usual, she would probably fall asleep later than everyone else. My father was drinking tea and talking with my mother. My sister was lying beside my mother's feet. My mother was cooling her with a handmade fan because at that time we didn't have electricity. And as usual, I was looking up at the sky, watching the stars, watching the moon. It was a beautiful full moon that night. Then something happened. I'm not sure whether I briefly fell asleep or slipped into one of those strange moments where time itself seems to disappear. I experienced that feeling many times throughout my life. Moments when parts of time feel completely blank, as if they were erased. But what I saw was so vivid, so real, so unforgettable, that even today I could draw it from memory. In fact, one of the reasons I started learning how to sketch recently was because of experience like this. The strange and vivid dreams I've had throughout my life. I talk more about that in another video. What I saw looked very much like the drawing I later made with, golden light, a giant ship, the sound, just like everything's stopped, time stopped. Only me watching that face to face. Nobody else around me really recognized it. It was quite similar to what was shown in the trailer, but little by little, it revealed itself. A giant mothership. It just slowly revealed itself in front of my eyes, and only me can see. My parents, they didn't recognize anything. They just there enjoying their real time. I could see entire cities inside the ship. Cities suspended upside down as if they existed beyond Earth's gravity. And strangely, I wasn't afraid at all. The feeling I received was almost like a message. We are here to help. Don't be afraid, little one. We know you, and you know us too. The technology and the series I saw seemed far beyond anything I would later see in movies or on televisions. Then I saw one of my neighbors, and later, more people. They appeared to be flying forward the mothership. I remember asking one of them, "What are you doing up there?" And he answered, "We go there to walk with the people inside. Then we come back every day." As if it were the most normal thing in the world. Afterward, I woke up. I thought maybe I had simply fallen asleep and dreamed it. I was too young to understand what had happened, so I never told anyone. Only many years later did I begin sharing some of my strange dreams and vivid experience with my ex. He told me you should draw them. So eventually I did. Interestingly, I first showed a talent for drawing when I was about 8 years old. One of my neighbors, who was skilled in painting, told my parents that I should study art seriously. But my parents were poor. They had bigger concerns: food, bills, survival, not art school. So I never had the opportunity. But maybe there was another reason for that timing. In the end, I taught myself, and today I feel proud that so many of my dreams and drawings seem connected to this disclosure process. As I said before, I believe this film is part of a larger disclosure process, a gradual preparation for humanity to recognize that we are not alone, that much of our history have been hidden and distorted, and that human consciousness needs time to accept these truths step by step. Our frequency has to rise gradually, and now it's time for disclosure. For those of you who are able to watch the film on time, I'm truly happy for you. I have to wait a little longer to see it myself, but I also feel grateful to be part of this moment in history. And there's one more funny thing: the release date carries numbers that are meaningful to me. 12/6/26. I was born on December 26th. So when I saw that date, I couldn't help but smile. All right, beautiful souls, I leave you with this story today. And if you have a chance to watch the film, go with an open mind and an open heart. May the truth within you always guide you. I see you next time.